Boy, you the op and your bros hating. All of them fake, I see both faces. Scared of the whip, it's a ghost racing. I knock them down to their cold cases. Marathon run, I'ma slow pace it. They did not want me to go places. Foil plans like the gold place. And if we pulling up with the whole squad, are you ready? Done told y'all that you better be running. I'm in my go yard when I walk in, I know y'all telling me nothing. I'm the man. Sucker if y'all in denial. I get the chip on him and I bust out the south side. Is that Vigo de Gallo? Boy, you stop it, quiet. If it's new, I done got it. See my jewels, shining, white diamonds, Miley Cyrus, private jet, private pilot. Look at me, stylish, masterpiece, body, young. Hey, I don't know no better. I'm on this every day. You cannot run with me, boy. I'm a heavyweight. Baby, I know what's coming. I could barely wait. And when it was on, they wanted me gone, boy. I'm here to stay. Stop calling me little bro. I got mileage on me. Walked in with the whole team and we riding on him. Yeah, more action and no talk. I went quiet on him. Walked in with the whole team and we riding on him. Hey, couple of bands up in my pocket. I don't want pause to get wild nonsense. We got momentum, don't try to stop it. Diamonds are clearer than my conscience. I don't let bygones be bygones. That's when I'm honest. Penthouse building, reach heaven's heights. Nah, that's what you call a God complex. Remember the days I was down low when it was out cold, but I went out and got it. Look at my milestones, man, it feel like the Dow Jones when you look at my pocket. Look at the flex, whipping the Teslas. I'm a mess, but it's all a finesse. Boy, yo, stop it, quiet.
Just a stone's throw from historic Monument Circle in downtown Indianapolis. We are at the beautiful Lucas Oil Stadium. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the Cleveland Browns and the Indianapolis Colts. It's that most wonderful time of the year, the NFL playoffs, as we're underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
His first carry, and he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
He was brought down by
a quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 26-yard line.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
No gain on the play. It's now 3rd and 4.
Wentz now to throw. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. A good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
They dialed up the blitz on 3rd down, and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
Landry now on the return. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Julian Blackmon, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Down right around the 25. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now it's Hines. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
3.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. Rodrigo Blankenship for the Colts field goal. This will be a 37-yard attempt. Blankenship's kick is good. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Browns drive about to get started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side. Because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away. But they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. He's got a first down, then some to midfield. And finally brought down at the 43. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Nice little nifty play for them there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on 1st down. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. They'll run with Chubb. He's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
At the 2-yard line.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They get this out left. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball.
Get a completion.
You get a catch.
Yeah.
But still, no yardage. Okay.
That's right in Janovich, the fullback. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards.
I get the thought process. 3rd and short, give it to the fullback, let him bulldoze his way. But that means you're counting on your offensive line to win a line of scrimmage, aren't you?
Yeah, there was just a mass of bodies there at the line. Looked like more defenders than offensive guys. Winds up losing yardage. Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. They'll run for it. Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Browns have taken the lead. Well, they just put a little sizzle in their steak there. First quarter, 4th and goal, run it in. A boost.
I think they showed confidence in their defense by going for it. That's telling their defense, look, we're counting on you guys, and we know that we believe in you because we go for it here. Even if we don't get it, get field position on our side, and you'll stop them. Instead, they put it in the end zone and tally up 6 points.
So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They fake the give. Now Wentz. They'll roll him out right. He's got Jack Doyle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. Shotgun now for Wentz. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Here's Hines. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
He was taken down.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Yeah, it looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Wentz. And he's got his man Hilton. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton, 78 yards. And the Colts are going to jump back in front. Pretty good response. They had given up the touchdown and the lead, but they struck back.
And I love the way that they just saw it happen, took a quick exhale on the sidelines, so let's go get it back and fast. Let's go ahead and throw the ball downfield and get our own 6 points.
A huge chunk play to regain that lead. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
He's going to look deep now for Landry. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Well, sometimes those cliches really come true, don't they, when they talk about it takes all 11 to play good defense. We've seen that in this ball game. I think the secondary has to be singled out, though. They are in the presence of every receiver whenever the ball's thrown, and this one they help force another incompletion.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Corey Willis. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen.
7 brings up 2nd and 3.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Play action. Now Wentz. Taken in by the tight end Doyle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. They're going to run this with a tight end, and he is going to lose yardage here. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
They'll look to run with Taylor. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. They'll run for it with Hines. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Colts are able to grow their lead.
For the extra point.
Oh, this is what I love about calling these games. 4th and goal. This is all about leverage, who wants it more, and who's going to get it done at the point of attack, the line of scrimmage.
Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive 1st and 10. This is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
On 1st down, Tagovailoa. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Complete.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. A run for Nick Chubb. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
And it's third down.
From midfield, here's Tua. To the right side, and he's got Landry. Complete. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up fourth down. Now, the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Yeah, they imposed their will on that last drive. A reminder coming up at the half, as we've done all year. We'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin on the road to Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a third down.
Wentz looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And that will be incomplete.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the second time. Change of possession here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over.
30-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Going to drop this off to his fullback. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, it's Tua. A big throw, but incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
20-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try to add to your lead. But a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
The false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. And here's motion again. And that's going to be 2 in a row. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Twins. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And this time, they'll just keep this on the ground. And we'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Rodrigo Blankenship to kick off for Indianapolis.
Both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. This will make it into the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Here's Tua. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
First down, Browns.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. Able to get away. Shrugs him off. And a big loss here as he's taken down. DeForest Buckner. What a play by him. That's a loss of 17.
Yeah, I gave him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Going to the air. Tagovailoa. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. Oh, fires this one downfield for Chubb. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at the Browns' 44-yard line.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. The give to Taylor. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They run once more with Taylor. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. Wentz. The Browns D locked in on 3rd down. Brings up 4th.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And this is away, and I don't think Landry will get a chance to return here. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 20-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
And we'll take a shot here for Hooper downfield. Oh, Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time.
Picked off by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
A 6-yard.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Throwing his Wentz. Got an open man, that's Campbell. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
It's caught at the 7-yard line. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
2nd and 5 from the 8.
Here's Wentz to throw. Middle of the field to the tight end, Doyle. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. From 8 yards out. And the Colts add on to their lead. And this will be good. Off the right, upright. But he got a favorable bounce, and he gets it to go.
7.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off.
Return on this one is the fair catch, a signal for and take it.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Play action. Now it's Tua. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. On the return, it's Rodgers. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
At their own 41-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
D-tackle Sheldon Richardson came barreling in for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And Landry fighting through. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Browns drive about to get started. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. Tua going to throw. Well, the pressure gets there, and Tua's going to be taken down. DeForest Buckner. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
And it's 3rd down.
The Browns on 3rd down, as bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Going deep here for Landry. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Kenny Moore. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there, and I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory, and as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think he may want to keep them cranking high right here.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. sets up a first and goal.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
They'll run here with Taylor. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal. Again, it'll be Taylor, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
This has not been a fun sequence for him at all. First and goal, no gain. Second and goal, he ends up losing yardage. He may be trying to talk him into getting the ball third time, but I think it's going to be difficult for him to win that battle.
Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a fourth down. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This just a 24-yard attempt. Blankenship's kick is good. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far. And they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a first and 10.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on second and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. And he'll take a shot here for Hooper downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Excellent play there on third down. Give him 25 yards.
Cleveland.
Tua now on first down. Right side here, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Now from Colts territory, here's a first and 10 at the 37-yard line. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
Tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
So third down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Yeah, the Browns are going to be set up with a first and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line. Give him 9 yards on the carry there, a good run. And now second and goal. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it second and goal as they look for a late. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns.
Touchdown.
Nick Chubb, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to let it fly. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Rashard Higgins was the one he was looking for, but it'll be second down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Back to the air on second down, Tagovailoa. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off here at the 32, and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
And I think this defense knew what was coming, as he is smothered behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Again, it's Taylor. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He's been terrific so far. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Browns drive about to get started. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he rifles it complete. Caught by Landry. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. He was looking to get it to Jarvis Landry that time. And that'll make it third down.
And 12.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And finding the tight end, Wilford. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
It's now 4th down. Today's final score.
And losing in this wild card round, you know, they've got something to build on, though, for next year. But I don't know if they want to hear that right now.
Maybe not at the moment, but once they get away from it a little bit and they get into their off-season program, and they'll start to talk about that. And I like how you framed it, building blocks, you know, building this program up. And one of my favorite coaches always talks about brick by brick, you build a program. And this is one of those bricks to build them towards the next season where they think they have a chance to advance farther in the playoffs.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Colts are winners as we say so long from Indianapolis.